Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in again. I'm back with another one. Firstly, I would like to thank you guys for all the subscriptions, the comments, the love, the sharing. I really truly appreciate all of you guys. I'm really overwhelmed by the support that I've been receiving this far. Thank you so much. So today we're gonna have a story time, a very quick story time. But before we get into that, I just bumped into something where someone was complaining about waiting. You know how difficult it is to wait for something that you want. Whether you've been praying for something, you've been working hard for something, and it seems not to be forthcoming, and then you feel like you're on the verge of giving up. So, well, I'm not a preacher, neither am I a motivational speaker, but I just thought of sharing this, that sometimes when you feel overwhelmed, maybe there's someone that is going to watch this video that is in that phase of life, in that phase in life where they feel like things are not forthcoming. They've been working, they've been praying, they've been doing everything they could, but it seems like the doors are just closing. The more you pray, the more the doors close, the more the windows shut. You know, there's a time where you feel like that in life. So I just want to encourage someone out there that sometimes when you feel like that, that's when your breakthrough is about to come. That's when things are about to open up, the windows, the doors, and everything that can bring in blessings to you is about to be coming. So I want to read something. I wrote something down because I always forget this thing that says, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Sometimes you feel like there are things you can change, right? And then probably you cannot. They are just supposed to be the way they are. Maybe for that time or forever. Who knows? Only God knows. Only God knows. And sometimes there are things that you can actually change and you might not know that you can. Understand? So that's why it's asking for wisdom from God to give you that wisdom to know the things that you can actually change. And if you can change, if you have the ability, the capability to change it, then you can change the things. Okay, so I just thought of sharing this with someone because it's something that I read whenever I feel like I'm in situations where things seem to be going sideways. You know, sometimes when you pray, guys, and then you feel like, hey, I've been praying, I've been working, but nothing seems to be working. Maybe your kids' school fees, and you're a hard worker, and then you'll be like, hey, what am I doing wrong? But sometimes maybe, you know, our will and God's will sometimes are not the same. Sometimes when you're praying, ask God to bless you according to his will when it's his time, right? So yes. And there's also another verse that Jeremiah 29 verse 11, for I know the plans I have for you. I believe God has got good plans, beautiful plans for all of us. We might not see it now because it might seem like it's delaying, it's taking forever. Yeah, but so that's what I wanted to get out of the way before we get into today's video. So today, we're going to talk about my first heartbreak. You know, I wanted to talk about this because I think I was at this, when this happened, not I think, I know, I was at this age where I've been reading stories of kids that are, I'm not sure if I can say this in Churungu because maybe it's not appropriate to say. So, 14 years, 16 years, in as much as we might not want to accept it, yeah, that's the age where people are getting into relationships right now. The kids are getting into relationships at that age. You might not want it, you might not want to accept it, but it's the truth. So I just read of this girl that was 14 years, got in a relationship, and then the relationship ended, and then she couldn't take it. Because I mean, you're 14, she was only 14, you don't even know how to deal with your emotions at that age. You are young, you don't even know what to think, you don't even know what to do. So, and then she ended up right? So I want to tell you a story of my first heartbreak. I was around that age, I think I was 16 or 17. So I met this guy, and it's so funny how I met. I was young and naive, you know. I met this guy I don't even know how we started to. I think we were in a church group, and then I don't know how his number and my number ended up in the DMs. We started talking, you know. The night we started talking, that is the night we started dating. So we started talking, right, and he was in Joburg. He was about to come to South Africa, to Cape Town. From Joburg, right? Started talking, telling me I'm in the bus, I'm coming, and we connected so well. You would assume that we started talking a long time ago, but we started talking that night, and we started, hitting things that same night. So he was coming over. He came over to Cape Town. We met. We actually dated for 8 months, right? So guy came, and then you saw better. You saw someone that was better. Well, yeah, maybe maybe she was better for him. And then you know what happened? How I found it. And this guy was the sweetest. Oh my goodness. He would call me. He would text me. Are you back from school? What are you doing? I just called to say good night. And then I thought, hey, I have found my soulmate. Askana. I thought I had found my soulmate. Fine. Things were going on well. And also I was raised by very strict parents. So I was not allowed to just go out. You understand? And he was staying with his friends, so obviously he had all the freedom to do whatever he wanted, going out and stuff. So I think this is me thinking now, maybe this is what happened. He thought, hi, this young child is not, that the girl is not even going out, we are not even meeting up, sakapana relationship. So he moved on. And then what broke my heart is that how I found out. So this girl, there was also this girl that was also new in town, right? She was also new in town. She was a little bit older than me. She was also staying with her sister or friends, I don't know. So she had also the freedom to go out. Fine. They started dating. And then, when you're dating someone, you can feel the drifting away. You can feel the distance. Then I started asking him, what's going on with you? You're not calling me. You are distancing yourself. He didn't want to tell me like straight up that, okay, fine, I've moved on. So I had the girl's number. I don't know how I suspected that it was her. I just suspected it was her. My guts told me it was her. So, back then, I think 2017, 2016, we didn't have these statuses that we have now, WhatsApp statuses where you put a picture and a video. We only had the one where you write something. So she wrote the guy's surname on the status. And then I saw, I'm like, hey, why is my guy's surname on your status? Are you dating? She says, yes. Then I go to the guy. I'm like, guy, what's going on? He's like, yeah. I'm sorry, but we are building something. We are starting on something. I'm like, what? What do you mean, guys? I felt my heart moving to here. Moyo wangu wakamuva wenda ungathonga ukuthi ma-organs emiri manga they are misplacing each other. I was so hurt. I cried. Apa manje kuchema kwacho wayisachema uchone wakana mama na daddy because awusombofana ngori mu relationship in the first place. Because why are you in the relationship? Fine. Guys, that was the worst. I remember this at the time I came from school, right? So my mom had asked me to put chicken in the oven. So I switched on the oven and there was a plastic ball inside. I didn't even notice it was there. And my brother came from, I don't think he remembers this. He's the one behind the camera. He's going to hear this for the first time. Anyways, so my brother came from school. He's like, happy, tell me something to put in the oven. And it was the plastic ball. And I was literally sitting in the same room. I couldn't smell it. I couldn't see it. That's how depressed I was. So you see what I was talking about. Because at that age, you don't even know what to do with your emotions. Imagine had it been that, I don't know. I just thank God for just putting me out of that. Maybe never was anything. But I was hurt and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know who to talk to. I didn't, that was the worst. And then the worst part is that when they were dating, I would see them all the time because we had places that we would meet. I would see them all the time, and every time I remember this at the time there was an event that we were at, and Guy was there. So Guy was in front. He was doing something at that event, and then I couldn't take it. I walked out. I started crying. I cried. And then the other time he came, I used to learn. I did my high school in Cape Town, right in town in the CBD. So he came to town to apologize. He was apologizing, guys. I cried. I started vomiting. I started vomiting in town. Shame. I started vomiting in town. And, fast forward, they dated. Later on, well, the relationship didn't go, it didn't lead to marriage. But they dated for that time. And things happened. I grew up. And it took me like almost 2 years to get over that heartbreak. And what was worst about that is that when I'm at home, I must be fine. When I'm at school, I need to be fine because I cannot be telling my friends put kanda to on face. I cannot be telling my friends that I'm going through this heartbreak. So I just thought of sharing this story with you. If there's a person who's 14, who's 16, who's 17, who's in a relationship, probably it ended and you are thinking it's the end of the world. It is not. You are still young. You will meet better people. At that age, you're not even supposed to be in a relationship, to be honest, because you don't even know what to do in it. I didn't even know what I should be doing in that relationship, you know. I didn't even know what I should be doing. I didn't even have money to go out. I was not even allowed to go out. So imagine, what are you going to do with a person you are not allowed to go out? Well, maybe you are allowed to go out, but do not take it as if it is the end of the world. When you're still young, you're growing, you're gonna meet people, you're gonna meet better people. And at that age, you know what was my type? I wanted guys with, I don't know what you call them, but those guys with brackets, handsome guys, tall guys. I didn't even know about character. What a person must be kind, a person should be a provider, a person should protect you, a person should, you know, have this, it should be God-fearing, whatever the case may be, whatever kind of man that you might want. I didn't even have that in mind. All I wanted was a handsome-looking guy. And the guy was very handsome and good-looking. You know, everyone was commenting him, oh, this guy is handsome, And then I thought, napinda manje. And then guy Pakatora, I thought it was the end of the world, but it wasn't. So you're going to meet better people. So, yeah, because it's really heartbreaking to hear stories of girls that are 14, even guys that are 14, 15, 16, vachizviuraya because relationship haina kufamba. You understand? It's not always the end of the world, guys. Saka kana pana ari kundiona, if you're watching me and you're in a relationship that is not that is not smooth sailing, that is it's about to sink, and you're at that age and you feel like, hey, my life has ended and I might as well end it, do not do it. Do not do it. It's not worth it. You're going to see it, you're going to realize it later that it is not worth it, because at that moment you might not know. Trust me, you might think, hey, where am I going to meet this person? And you start thinking, I remember the other time what I did, I added both of them in the group, like the guy, my ex and the new girl now. I added them in a WhatsApp group and I sent messages. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm sure they're going to be watching this video, yo. But it was the worst at that time. And I would tell people, guys, you must do not even talk to her. You must make her feel bad. You must, because I was going crazy. And let's be honest, at that age, my friends also were young. I'm sure some of them were even laughing at me with hands of that. I don't know. I'm just assuming. So yeah, I just thought of sharing this story because it's really heartbreaking to be reading such stories, because you are young, you're 14, you understand, and sometimes yes, guys can be very, very sweet talkers. They can sweet talk you, you can believe them, and you can think, hey, I have found my Mr. Right, I have found the one. But you never know, maybe it's not even the one, maybe it was just for passing time. And then what was not what was your pet's opinion, what was cultural life short, whereas maybe you're supposed to be a successful young lady business woman. So do not even think about doing, even Vakuru as well, because I mean, I believe there are people that are also going through heartbreaks that are a little bit older than I am, because I'm 24 right now. And if you're going through that, do not think it is the end of the world. Maybe it is easier. I can't say it's easier said than done, because I've experienced that. In as much as I experienced it when I was young, I think that was the only heartbreak that I can say I was really, really heartbroken. Some heartbreaks, there's just situationships that never works out the way you want them to work out. Yeah, and those are not as bad as that one that took me a year to get over the person. And what's funny is that years later I met the guy. We were talking. Now he had his girlfriend. That is okay. Yeah, I don't want to give out too much information. People might know what I'm talking about here. Anyways, so later on I met him and with his new girl that time, and I wasn't even feeling anything. I was looking at him like, oh, did you right now? Because I believe time heals. It's not this saying that says time heals. It's not only about the kufirwa. Time heals, even heartbreaks, time heals. Because heartbreaks can be brutal, guys. They can be brutal. So yes, remember my saying before I go again. I'm gonna read this again. God, grant me the serenity to accept things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Right? So if you cannot change some situations in life, then just accept it. Yes, it might be hard, very hard. I know. I've been also in situations whereby I wished I could change it, but you cannot. You just have to live in that moment and accept that you're going through that phase in life, and it's going to come to an end. It's going to come. It might take years, it might take months, it might take hours, it might take weeks. Who knows? But if you are in that situation, do not uvonya uchichikamu yositeri kuti ish patoipa pana befani pakatoipa zvori pane pakatoipa for real, like pane pakatoipa, I know, but then do not do things zvekuti and at the end of the day you're gonna regret kuti ish I could have waited, because pamwe pacho you end up wakuita zvinhu zvako wega in a hurry, and then as soon as you finish and you've made a huge damage to your own life, and then now things start opening up, and then you start regretting, I should have just waited a little bit longer, I should have just held on to my faith, I should have held on to working hard, I should have, whatever the case may be. Anyway guys, I think this is the end of this video, so do not forget to watch the video till the end, to like, comment and share. And if you like these story times, guys, you can tell me. I have so many stories that I can tell you guys, so if you like them, just comment down below and then I'll bring more stories to your phones. Thank you guys for watching. Love you all.